So I don't really know a whole lot about this show. I know that it has similarities to Ruby. I know that there's Doctor Who influence. And I know that there's also similarities to Warehouse 13. Now, all of those are pluses in my book. But aside from that, I have no idea what the Librarians is about. A friend of mine over on Twitter is a huge fan of this show, and their constant posting about it is exactly why I'm here doing this. So, hi, Kira. Okay. Let's see how this goes.
This is Team Leader. We have confirmation on a weapon of mass destruction inside the building.
Let's go.
Freeze! Drop your weapon! Hawkins, I need backup. Hawkins!
Okay. One of the few things that I do know about this show is that it being called The Librarians is very juxtaposed to the actual content itself. And I think that's pretty evident by this opening scene alone. What? What does this have to do with Librarians? Nothing. And I'm aware that that's a running theme, but still. Space doesn't work on here.
Guten Morgen, Fräulein, meine Herren, Sie bereit?
Okay, well, I understand how there's Doctor Who influence, because this is just like when the Doctor came in through the chimney.
The opal of...
Samara, Teutonic Knights recovered it from Jerusalem during the Third Crusade. Original magical safe. Which makes sense, as it is dangerous and valuable. Homicidal.
Guys, that thing is still beeping.
Dangerous, valuable, careless, homicidal. Do try to keep up.
I love whenever characters do this. Whenever writers will bring in a character that is already, like, well in tune with, like, all of the weird shit that happens in whatever the fictional universe is, and they're just laying it on like it's nothing because they're already used to it, and it's everyone else that has to catch up with along with the audience. I love whenever a show does that. It's great.
Where the opal transforms every corpse in a 100-mile radius into fresh-eating zombies. Which seems unnecessarily dramatic.
Make it stop.
Well, and it would be a lot easier to concentrate if someone were to turn off that beeping nuclear bomb!
Nuclear? Just pull it behind the pillar with you.
Bomb is actually much easier. Is it black cylinder or round like a soccer ball?
Cylinder.
Pull it behind the pillar with you.
Don't touch the blue wire.
Ah! Start with don't. Start with don't.
So, there are 8 stations to the cross.
Yeah, that was a dumb move.
Yours or mine?
Improbably, both.
2,
6.
6.
He said improbable, not impossible.
I heard him fire 31 shots. I did not hear him reload.
Nice.
How did you know all that?
I'm the librarian.
Oh, my shoulder!
He said the thing.
Wilbur! You good?
Ooh, spooky. He disappeared.
Hello, I must speak to Flynn Carson. I must speak with the librarian.
Mr. Carson is actually in Minneapolis at a
Watch out, you're being followed by Oppenheimer.
Flynn Carson was not. It's you, isn't it? This is Flynn Carson, the librarian.
How do you know who I am?
You won't remember me. I'm outside. I'm coming in.
Crown is mine.
Oh. Right in front of everyone? No one noticed that bro just got stabbed? Too little too late, I'm afraid.
I do not need any...
You have been selected to interview for a prestigious position with the Metropolitan Public Library.
She's gonna become a librarian. It'd be the real librarians for the friends we made along the way.
Baird, I received this. Slipped under my door.
You got the white envelope. I'm Charlene. And you are, what, Colonel what? Colonel military, Colonel police, Air Force, what?
NATO counterterrorism unit, please. Stop touching me.
You're,
What's a guardian?
what's a guardian?
Her actress looks familiar. I wish I wasn't recording on phone. I would just pull it up right there, right now. Okay. Cut to me finding out if this is who I think it is. Okay, that's not who I thought it was. What is her name? Blair. Okay, I thought she was Blair Brown, who plays Nina Sharp in Fringe. That's who I thought she was for a second, just with blonde hair. No. Blair's page doesn't have it. I don't know who this is.
Tactics, survival, sort of the brawn to the librarian's brain. But no, much more than that. Sort of the common sense to their head in the class.
Didn't see a lot of threatening
Where we keep all the artifacts and magic too dangerous to be left out in the world.
There's no such thing as...
Okay. For one, lady, you saw a guy crawl out of a furnace and disarm an ancient demon trap. And you're still denying magic. Okay. Two, okay, yeah, I see the Warehouse 13 thing, because that's literally like almost a one-to-one of what it looks like whenever they first go into Warehouse 13.
Yes. It's magic.
Even more so now.
Knowledge and ensures that...
Oh, you're getting sloppy, Cal. Really? A desk viewing technique against the Molinello defense? I
And
don't
meet
think so.
the librarian.
I'm sorry, is bro sword fighting with Griffin? I mean, the Invisible Man is here? What is the sword itself? Oh wait, no, this episode is called The Crown of King Arthur. That's probably just Excalibur itself. You look a lot like Croaky Amores. You know that?
Stop! No! She's here to help!
Don't!
Wounds caused by Excalibur never heal. They're magic. Cal, go on patrol. I'll meet you. What are you doing here?
Why does Excalibur have dog noises? What? Why is Excalibur a dog? What?
Why would you send her that?
I don't send the invitations. The library does. The library sends the invitations. I believe Colonel Baird has been chosen to be your guardian.
I think there's been some sort of misunderstanding. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Don't come back.
And don't tell me what to do!
Oh, you are perfect! Say hello to Judson for me.
Sayonara, arrivederci, and goodbye.
I need an answer.
I'm sorry, but if a sentient building decides something, I don't think you get much of a say in it. Maybe that's just me.
There are no other librarians. There is only ever one librarian. And when he dies, another takes his place. Good day.
Was he the librarian before you?
He was there for me with my mother. He died 5 years ago.
Sorry.
He's with us in spirit.
That's nice.
No, literally in spirit.
Oh,
Reflections.
okay.
Yeah, she will make a good guardian.
Okay.
Hey, guy, drink first. You see, a life of fighting evil cults and monsters.
Librarians tend to die. Often. Sometimes even more than once.
Flynn survived 10 years, longer than anyone.
I took an oath to protect innocent people, to...
Be a guardian. Not now, you do the same job, but in a world with evils only you can face. There's only one ever guardian in the whole world, Baird, and the library thinks that it should be you.
This Dr. Jonas Shear, professor of archaeology, 5 PhDs, was killed on your doorstep and you don't have a single lead?
Oh, I've got lots of leads. I've got a plethora of possibilities, a cornucopia of clues. I just don't see how they all connect.
What painting is that?
I don't know, and that is what is vexing me. Like that? I haven't used that word in a while. Vex. Vexatious. Vex.
He was here. How did you know about your secret library?
No. Yes. No. Not dropped. Sent. He was smart. He was very, very smart. Was he so smart that you sent him an envelope? When the librarian dies, the library doesn't just send out one letter. It sends out hundreds to qualified replacements all over the world. And it invites them in for an interview.
Many are called, one is chosen.
Precisely. He said I wouldn't remember him. He was here.
Huh.
He was here, and he signed in on the day that I was chosen to be librarian instead of him.
And now he's dead. Dr. Thomas at a NATO conference on bioweapons. He died in a car accident last month.
Farsha ride, Tehran University.
Plane crash.
Someone's killing librarians. Ezekiel Jones? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You sent an envelope to Ezekiel Jones?
Now, I don't know a damn thing about Ezekiel Jones, but I do know that that name pops up in a lot of the tweets that I have seen about this show. So I can only assume he's important somehow.
Well, maybe they got dropped to the bottom of the kill list. They could still be alive.
The first contact's address is in New York. That's where I'm going. Thank you for your help. But if you'll excuse me right now, I need to find Cassandra Killian.
Female, early 20s, collapsed at school, high fever, BP 140/90, pulse 100, temp 102.5. So, pardon me, but it's not It's not meningitis, it's psittacosis. The symptoms of psittacosis and meningococcus are similar. For example, the sensitivity to light, but you're ignoring the other factors.
She's right. 914 different species of bird in North America, and this doesn't match. Ooh, that's an African parrot feather.
You heard the janitor. Psittacosis, parrot fever, let's go.
Radiation, ultraviolet, radiation.
Is that janitor also on the list? Janitor's giving house vibes.
Radiation, collision of matter and antimatter. Paul Dirac mathematically predicted the existence of positive...
Cassandra Kelly.
I'm sorry, it'll stop in a second. I smell peanuts this time.
That's about what hyperphantasia is like. I'm not quite on the level of hyperphantasia, but I like teeter very, very close. And that's a pretty accurate representation of what it's like to just like be able to sort of see your thoughts rather than just think them. Visualize it right in front of you. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Wow. Auditory and sensory hallucinations linked to memory retrieval. You're a synesthete.
Wow, yes.
That too. I also have that. I didn't know about that word for it until like, I don't know, like 5 years ago or something like that. Yeah. Like, I'm trying to think of some of my examples. Like one of the things with synesthesia is the visualization of time. And for me, time is like a balloon in shape, and whatever part of the year we're on is the bigger part of the balloon, and then the opposite end of the year is the tied knot, because the present always feels like it takes forever, whereas the stuff that we've already covered feels like it went by like that. For some reason it moves anti-clockwise though, and I don't know why. It just does. And obviously all of the months have their own colors. January is blue, February is pink, March is green. Some of them obviously are just associated with like holiday colors. May is red, April is purple, etc., etc. And for whatever reason, the word genre is orange. I don't know why. I think it might be that they're kind of reverse of each other. If you say genre backwards, it sounds like orange. If you say orange backwards, it sounds like genre, at least to me. But yeah, synesthesia and hyperphantasia, to an extent with me anyway.
But I actually don't know what a synesthete is.
Numbers are colors, science is musical notes. When I do math, I smell things. Mostly breakfast.
You're in a lot of danger.
Somebody's hunting these people. You're risking their lives by not accepting my help. You need me.
Okay. If I can't get rid of you, I will make use of you, Mr. Jones. Good luck to you out there. You ready for anything?
Define anything.
Oh, ninjas, possibly.
Ninjas? In Oklahoma?
Possibly. That's the same energy as Watts walking through Mantle and using his rings to bypass all of the security.
Why's that guard holding a dagger?
He's not a guard. He's here to kill you, Ezekiel Jones. Now you're going to steal this jeweled dagger.
Oh. No. It's mine. I just left it locked in this display case on my way to work this morning.
Loop the burning through the glass in a room full of infrared sensors. Less clever.
My escape route's cut off.
Mine's not. Sidekick. I'm not your sidekick. You might be my sidekick. Let's go!
Right. I got about an hour after church, so I'm gonna run down there to that junkyard and see if they got that 68 gearbox.
She ain't from around here.
Well, no, she's not. Nice tattoo you got there.
Tell you what, cowboy. Tell me what it means, and I'll let you buy me a drink.
Well, I mean, it's a snake eating its own tail, so clearly it's an Ouroboros. That represents the cycle of life.
Estas cruentas aruentas ested obiqua. Carmen puricidii submersist. And the blood dim tide is loosed. And everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. Jade, the second coming is this poem about the apocalypse.
I'm Lamia.
Hi.
And you must be Jacob Stone.
I'm not.
Whoa, whoa. Sorry, no.
Yeah. I mean, he said ninjas.
Possibly?
In Oklahoma.
That's what I said. Not bad for an amateur.
There ain't nothing amateur about my bar fight, sweetheart. Oh, I forgot my hat. Man, I'm gonna miss that hat. You mind telling me what that was all about?
You were targeted because of your expertise.
My expertise.
Jacob Stone, IQ 190, accepted to the Sorbonne in Cambridge for an arts degree, turned them both down. But for the past 20 years, under a pseudonym, you've secretly been writing literature on European and Native American art history, all while working on an oil rig 5 miles from the town where you grew up.
Huh.
Is that the Spirit of Destiny?
Yes.
Ark of the Covenant?
Yes.
What about Bigfoot and Dracula?
Yes and no. Yes on Bigfoot.
So vampires aren't real?
Vampires are real, but Dracula is not, because I killed him. Is this helping? I don't know that it is.
Years ago, I was in a hospital.
Right, with your tumor. Is involved. You've got full-on hallucinations and seizures indicative of a frontal lobe anomaly, oligodendroid glioma. How big is it?
It's about the size of a grape. I really wish they hadn't told me, because I used to really like grapes. Not yet. Someday. I lived long enough to learn that magic exists. So that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Stone, why didn't you show up?
I already had a job, family business.
I threw mine out. It was obviously a mistake. I came here to find out who's trying to kill me.
If magic's real, how come we don't see it all the time?
Fair.
See the ley lines? See the magic. Over the centuries, the magic was drained off and stored into artifacts.
Like Excalibur.
Exactly. He was one of the most powerful.
He?
As you can see now, there's very little magic left. My job is to make sure that what remains doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Serpent Brotherhood. An ancient cult bent on bringing magic back into the world. I've fought them before.
But what? Does that have anything to do with this painting? Crown of King Arthur?
What? Crown of King Arthur was forged by Merlin to give Arthur control over the magic that he needed to build Camelot.
So the Brotherhood wants to bring magic back, but they need the crown to control it. Cannot believe I just said that with a straight face.
Why is bringing magic back bad?
Look, there's a lot of things that you end up saying with a straight face. Excalibur is a dog.
Magic is cool, until warring nations drown each other in tidal waves of blood. Or use dragons to burn cities to the ground. Magic used well can be good, but a world of wild magic is full of chaos, suffering.
Munich Museum of History and Art. I cased it last month for a heist, memorized the inventory.
That's why they were targeted. You were busy doing whatever librarians do.
Saving the world.
A lot.
And they, the other librarians...
Not librarians. I'm the only librarian.
Were the people most likely to find the crown. The Brotherhood was just trying to wipe out the competition.
First of all, no. Second of all, let's not refer to ourselves in the third person. Europe is overrated and I work alone. So, if you'll excuse me, goodbye.
I got an envelope. The library invited me to this party, and I'm taking them to Munich. Maybe we'll see you there. Do try to keep it up.
So...
Find the painting.
Yes, ma'am.
The Crown of King Arthur. Artist unknown, painted in 1146, installed as one of the original pieces in this museum in 1546.
Look at the swords of the knights. Roman short swords. Arthur's wearing the equipment of a Roman legionnaire. It's the Roman hypothesis.
Arthur was a Roman.
Yeah. There's only one problem. Painting's a fake. This color red, it's a dye. It's called carmine. It was discovered in like the 1500s. Painting can't be as early as 1100s.
Also, audit can't be moved. This frame's anchored into the beam. You'd have to smash down this wall to move it.
10111010. There's a binary code engraved into the frame that you can't move.
Listen to the inside of my own head. Is it louder?
I feel that.
We have a fake painting. Why is it a fake? Because it's meant as a message, not art. And it's in a frame that can't be moved, which means that the frame's location in this museum is important.
The entire museum is the key. The dimensions, the floors, the rooms in the museum as they relate to where the painting is. That's the key to the code.
Leading where?
Let's find out.
Yeah, I was about to say, do y'all not notice that you're missing somebody? I know y'all are kind of in the zone, but there's a more grounded voice of reason that hasn't spoken up in a minute.
There!
Y'all got all the way out here and still haven't noticed?
The crown of King Arthur is real. And it's buried in the Black Forest. Well, where have you been? Some very exciting stuff's going on here.
Tell them.
We're close. We can walk from here.
Okay, I think first maybe we should probably just stop and snack and hydrate.
People are trying to kill us, and you brought a picnic.
Hey, we're on an adventure. Driving down bad roads in a crappy truck. This sure beats my day job. Driving down bad roads in a crappy truck.
We still have the advantage. Because all the clues for the crown's location will be down here on ground level.
They have a helicopter and are trained killers. You and I have very different definitions of advantage.
Lamia, centuries of planning depend on you. Get the crown, kill whom you must. But understand, without the crown, it will take us 100 years to remake the world. With the crown, we can do it in a single night.
You think about it, we kind of have the same job. Running around the world, finding dangerous objects.
Yes.
It's important work. I need to stay focused.
I get that. The whole time I'm home, I'm just thinking about my next job.
Exactly. I don't need friends and family cluttering up my life.
I get so sick of my friends and family. For what it's worth, you're not nearly as weird as I thought you were in Berlin.
Well, you have context now.
Hinge.
Hinge. I'm Hinge. Cool.
A hinge!
Well...
You solve this, I'll go stall them. I'm your guardian, for now.
You're not my guardian. Take Ezekiel with you.
Pro does not care if Ezekiel dies.
I need to draw them back here. Hey, thief, can you hotwire a helicopter?
Well, as a matter of fact.
Astrological symbology in Latin.
In fact, there's only one day a year where you can read it. And that day is not today.
Maybe we could recreate the sun's path.
It's gonna take me a while.
It won't take me a while.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we?
She means 84.3 degrees north, 18.5 degrees east.
Sun's on the ecliptic.
That's so cool.
The celestial equator. Equator. Cosine 48.5 degrees times 48.5 degrees. The shadow ends there.
It's Venus.
I like how it's portrayed almost like a superpower. Which, I mean, in a way, it kind of is.
15-degree arc.
This part of the world, the harvest would be a late October festival.
October. The stars, the Orion meteor shower from Halley's Comet.
Cassandra.
No, don't. I can't stop. Just line it up.
Here, but the 2 months march past the rise of spring as the rise of kings.
Vernal equinox. Latitude plus 60 degrees. No, fire. It's funny. Summer smells. It's oranges.
Listen. Sensations need a context, right? One place where you remember smelling the oranges, a strong memory, something stronger than the smell.
It's breakfast.
Okay.
Dad's doing the bells, and I balance the checkbook in my head.
Got it.
I can cut through it with a welding torch. I don't suppose you packed one of those, did you?
Actually, Cassandra did. In the truck, there's an oxygen tank and the first aid kit. Would you mind?
Helicopter!
Medium. Most people would use metal, like magnesium, but a high-protein meat, like prosciutto, stuffed into a cucumber, works just as... Ready? Cutting tool. Both effective and delicious.
Talented! You should work for us!
I like the librarian.
This is definitely the fighting choreography of all time.
If I cut it?
You brought a crowbar to a sword fight!
Oh, I was trained by Excalibur. I think I'm gonna be okay. We do not want to be here. Stone, how we doing? I'm done.
Okay, that's why that's why you didn't want to be there. Okay. All right then.
Congratulations. You just did something that no librarian's been able to do in 1,000 years. You found the crown of King Arthur.
Okay, now get it to safety and then celebrate that. There you go.
Not bad for their first
Only
time out.
I recovered the Spear of Destiny and stopped extra-dimensional pyramid power from taking over the world.
Now you're just showing off.
Does one of us become the librarian if you die?
I mean, that's a genuine question.
It's not just a secret door, it's an actual magical portal. There's no way that they can breach it unless you disable it from the inside. Somebody let them in?
Find the crown.
I'm going after the crown.
I'm with you.
I got my own backup.
Is that a flying sword?
Excalibur.
Of course it is.
Come on, old friend. Let her go, Lamia. She's no threat to you. She's not even a librarian. Let her go, and I'll give you back the crown.
They said they can save me. That only magic can save me.
Oh, come on.
Serpent's lie.
Cassandra was the sus one? Cassandra was the imposter? Oh, come on. I got That's not ideal.
To it.
The library's gotten very big.
I know.
Oh, he'll never save his receipts. And the greatest of all weapons, a magic sword, Excalibur. You're powerful, more than you know. I'll do lock, we have the key. We will open the lock and magic will return to the world. First, kill the librarian.
Okay, alright then. Fine, whatever. Yeah, I didn't want the resolution in this episode anyway. That is a wild start, but so strong. Oh. Instantaneous hook. I'll say that. That is so fascinating. I do like how pretty much immediately we get our group set up. It's not something that happens across several episodes. It's like, nope. Immediately, here's the librarians. No, only one of them is technically officially a librarian at the moment, but still. But I think it's a very good pacing decision to just be like, yeah, we're right out the gate, here's everybody. Also, I was really, really hoping that Cassandra would, at the last minute, yoink the crown off of her head. I was hoping she'd be like, oh, this was a bad idea. I'll take that back now. No. She's a really interesting character, though. I think it's either her or Ezekiel that has, like, my immediate attention. Like, with Ezekiel, he's got the funny. He's got the comedic relief going on. But also he's... And I said the Watts vibes earlier, that's a really, like, strong reason for me to like the character. Because Watts is one of my favorite characters as is. He's my favorite Ruby villain. And with the similar vibes of just like, I'm just going to waltz in and steal this thing, hacking as I'm walking in, and being the most nonchalant about it, though not quite fully competent at it yet. Burning in an infrared sensor room. Clearly already very skilled. So I'm excited for where his character might go. And Cassandra having the synesthesia, but I guess that also would count, though, as hyperphantasia because of the visualization of it. She is literally seeing and interacting with those things that nobody else is seeing or interacting with. And they've immediately set her up as a sympathetic character too, with the tumor, and the fact that that's the reason for her betrayal. I'm not as interested in Stone, but I'm not, like, throwing him under the bus by saying that. I'm just saying that I don't think that this immediate introduction really, like, hooked me on his character. But I do see promise in me liking that character eventually. And Flynn and Eve, yeah, but I love both of them already. I love the contrast, but the also the bonding. I think it's I think it's a pretty perfect matchup to butt heads while on the same team. And also, Flynn just has Doctor vibes all over, which, I mean, I knew going into it there would be that influence, but I didn't realize it was going to be that strong. Serpent Brotherhood is very interesting. I'm super curious what their goal is with using the magic to remake the world. I'm very, very, very curious. So anyway, let me know if this is a series that I should keep doing. I might do it anyway, just because I feel like it. Which does mean that I'm going to get through it slowly if I'm going to be doing the reaction content to it instead of just watching it on my own. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Haven't exactly reacted to a proper series that isn't RWBY on the channel before, outside of like the one Doctor Who episode. But anyway, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this does. Maybe I'll do a few videos, and depending on how they all do, will determine if I keep doing it as a series or not. Maybe. I don't know. I normally don't let that decide if I do something more or not. Normally it is literally just if I feel like it. So, if it does well and if I feel like it, then definitely. If I just feel like it, then yeah, it'll happen, and just happen slowly. Anyway, do all that YouTube algorithm stuff, liking, commenting, subscribing. Social media is in the description down below. There's the Discord if you want to come and chat with the people that are in there. It's not very active, but it's there. And sometimes there's reaction content that gets made available there early. So, yeah. That'll be it. I will see you when I see you.